This video is about G was his Luna, but only in his dreams. If this story captivates you, please like the video, share it with loved ones, and write in the comments how it touched your heart. The moon hung high in the velvety sky, a luminous pearl casting a silver glow over the dense forest. The air was thick with the scent of pine and the faintest hint of earth after a recent rain. In the heart of the nightshade pack's territory, the alpha, Calder, stood at the edge of the woods, his heart heavy with longing. "I can't keep doing this," he whispered to the shadows, his breath visible in the cool night air. The ache in his chest was a familiar companion, a constant reminder of the one who slipped through his fingers like sand. Beneath the moon's glare, he let his wolf surface, the dark fur rippling across his body. He could feel the primal instinct surging within him, the need for connection, for dominance. But even with the wolf's strength, he felt incomplete. He was missing his Luna, the mate destined for him, but who had turned away. The dreams were exquisite torment. Night after night, she peered Ree with her wild hair and stormy eyes. They laughed under the moonlight, danced in the dappled silver, their souls entwined in a way that felt fated. Yet, upon waking, Calder was met with the harsh reality of emptiness. He ran a hand through his hair, frustration mingling with despair. "Why can't you just come back to me?" he murmured to the wind. But it offered no response, only the rustle of leaves, a reminder of the separation. "Calder!" A voice cut through the stillness, jagged like a shard of glass. It was Jonah, his beta, panting as he approached. "We need you back at the pack house. There is tension among the members, and whispers about your..." Calder shot him a glare. "My what? My dreams? My longing for Ree?" Jonah's eyes softened, understanding lacing through them. "You know the pack needs your strength now, especially with the Crescent Moon pack encroaching on our territory. They want to challenge your leadership." Calder's fist clenched to his sides. The Crescent Moon pack had long been a thorn in their side, their alpha, Lucian, a relentless rival. "I'll deal with them, but first I need..." Jonah's expression turned serious, and he stepped closer. "You need to let her go, Calder. The pack can thrive while you redivide it." Ree made her choice. She chose to leave with the Silver Guard. The name cut through him like a knife. The Silver Guard, a rogue faction of elite werewolves, had taken Ree away on the night of the full moon, when the veil between realms had thinned. She had chosen them, believing their promise of freedom and adventure. Calder turned away, anger boiling within him. "You don't understand. She was meant to be mine." "I do understand," Jonah replied, his voice steady. "I watched you both. You were destined for each other, but destiny can be cruel. You need to focus on our pack. We need you to lead." "I can't leave without her by my side." The words were raw, a reflection of his turmoil. Jonah sighed, his gaze softening. "Then you'll need to find a way back to your strength. You are more than your dreams, Calder. You are the alpha." The two wolves made their way back to the pack house, the tension palpable in the air. The chatter of their pack met them as they entered, a collection of eyes watching Calder with a mix of reverence and concern. Alpha, one of the younger members, a nervous Omega named Iris, approached, her voice trembling. "They are gathering at the border. They mean to provoke us." Calder clenched his jaw, a primal growl rumbling in his chest. "Prepare the pack. We will not back down." As the wolves gathered, Calder felt the weight of leadership pressed down on him like a heavy cloak. He needed to protect them, yet his heart was tethered to dreams that felt like a cruel illusion. Later that night, as the stars twinkled like scattered diamonds, Calder retired to his room. Alone, he sank into his bed, letting the darkness envelop him. He closed his eyes, willing sleep to claim him. *** the dreamscape***. In the realm of dreams, the world transformed. The moon illuminated the clearing, casting a silvery light that danced over Ree's form. She appeared ethereal, her laughter ringing like chimes in the wind. "Calder," she called, her voice a melody he could never forget. "You found me." He reached for her, but she was always just out of reach, a flickering flame dancing away from the grasp of his hands. "Ree, don't go," he pleaded, desperation spilling from his heart. "I have to," she whispered, her eyes filled with sadness. "You don't understand. I am bound to the Silver Guard. I can't return." "I'd..." The word tasted bitter. "You were my Luna. You still are in my heart." Tears shimmered in her bright eyes, and he felt the pain of their separation slice through him. "Calder, you deserve someone who is free. The Silver Guard offers me a chance to embrace who I really am." "But you are my destiny," he cried, frustration and longing mixing into a turbulent storm within him. "You are my mate." "I know," she replied softly. "But love is not enough to change the choices we make. You have a pack to lead. I can drag you down." With each word, the dream began to fade, and the light around her dimmed. "Ree, please," he shouted. but it was futile. She vanished, leaving only shadows behind. Calder woke with a start, the cold sweat on his brow feeling like the touch of despair. The weight of loss threatened to drown him in the waking world, and he was left gasping for breath. He stumbled to his feet, the moonlight streaming through the window, illuminating the path ahead. "Calder!" Joan's voice echoed from the other room. "Get ready, they re at the border." "Right," Calder replied, shaking off the remnants of the dream. He dressed quickly, knowing that he needed to confront the Crescent Moon pack, but part of him still yearned for Ree, the Luna who was his in dreams, but not in reality. As he strolled toward the pack line, the earth beneath his feet felt like a reminder of his duty. The thought of his pack, of their loyalty, ignited a fire within him. He had to be strong, even if his heart remained tethered to a dream. As he neared the border, a figure emerged from the shadows, tall and confident. It was Lucian, the Alpha of Crescent Moon. His smirk was wicked, a gleam of challenge in his eyes. "Calder!" Lucian called, his tone dripping with mockery. "Still dreaming of your Luna, I see?" Calder's breath quickened, his instincts flaring. "Don't test me, Lucian. You have no idea what I'll do to protect my pack." "Oh, I think I do," Lucian replied, stepping closer, his presence malevolent. "You lost without her, and now you'll lose everything." As tension crackled in the air, Calder felt a shift in the atmosphere. The stakes were higher than ever. He could no longer afford to be divided. The time for dreams was over. It was time to fight for everything he held dear. With a deep breath, he squared his shoulders, determination igniting in his soul. "Then let us see what you've got." And as the night closed in, the howl of wolves echoed through the forest, a clarion call for battle, marking the beginning of a struggle not only for the pack but for the love that transcended the boundaries of dreams. Asterisk to be continued. Asterisk. The air crackled with tension as Calder faced Lucian, the Alpha of the Crescent Moon pack, their eyes locked in a fierce standoff. The weight of destiny hung heavy like the clouds that cloaked the moon, obscuring its light. "Your precious Rhea's chosen a side, Calder. She is with the Silver God now," Lucian taunted, the wicked glimmer in his gaze revealing the cruelty beneath his facade. "How does it feel to know your Luna is lost to you forever?" With a growl, Calder stepped forward, his wolf instinct surging beneath his skin. "I don't need you to remind me of my pain. I stand here for my pack, not for Rhea's choices." Lucian's laughter echoed through the clearing, sharp and taunting. "Ah, but your heart is divided. I can smell it. You are weak without her. I could take everything from you tonight, and you would do nothing but stand there, dreaming of her." Calder's fist clenched, the echo of Lucian's words vibrating in his chest. He inhaled deeply, centering himself, the raw energy of the pack behind him steadying his resolve. "You underestimate me, Lucian. The strength of an Alpha isn't just in blood, it is in spirit, and I will not back down." With a wave of his hand, Lucian summoned his wolves, a potent force emerging from the shadows. Their eyes shone like embers, each wolf a testament to his power. Calder turned to his pack, feeling the bond they shared, a connection forged in loyalty and love. "Stay together, they seek to divide us." Calder commanded, his voice a thunderous roar that echoed through the trees. "We are Nightshade, and we will defend our territory with everything we have." As the Crescent Moon wolves advanced, Calder felt the primal call of battle pulsate through him. He shifted, allowing his wolf to surge forth, the transformation igniting a fire in his veins. The world sharpened into focus, the scents and sounds overwhelming yet intoxicating. "Let them come," he howled, leading his pack into the fray. The clash of wolves erupted, the ferocity of their instincts unleashed. Calder fought fiercely, pinning one of Lucian's warriors to the ground, teeth bared. The wolf yelped, struggling beneath his weight, but Calder's focus was unyielding. He was fighting not only for his pack but for Rhea, for the dreams that haunted him each night. Yet with each passing moment, the sting of betrayal burned deeper. Lucian had played his cards well, and as the battle raged on, Calder's heart ached not just from the physicality of the fight, but from the emotional strain of Rhea's absence. With a swift movement, Calder dispatched his opponent, his eyes scanning the fray for any sign of Lucian. "This isn't over, Calder." Lucian's voice rang out, filled with malice. "You'll always be haunted by what you've lost." The words hung heavy in the air, a reminder of the dreams that beckoned Calder each night. But as he fought, he felt a flicker of determination flare within him. He would not allow Rhea's choice to define him. He was more than his dreams, he was the Alpha. The tides of battle shifted, and as the Crescent Moon warriors began to retreat, Calder's attention wavered. A flash of white caught his eye, a wolf darting through the chaos, unmistakable in its grace. In that moment, time seemed to still. Calder's heart raced, a rush of emotion flooding through him. She was here, amidst the chaos, her wild hair tousled, her stormy eyes glowing with intensity. "Calder, we need to talk," she shouted, her voice barely audible over the din. He called back, urgency thrumming in his chest. But before he could reach her, Lucian's laughter rang out, dark and triumphant. "Look who has come to play, dear. Do you really think you can save him?" Lucian taunted, stepping in front of her, a predator blocking a vulnerable prey. "Step aside, Lucian," commanded, her voice fierce. "I am not here for you." Calder felt the strength of her words wash over him. Don't," he warned, his instincts urging him to protect her. "It is too dangerous." We shook her head, determination etched across her features. "You don't understand. I didn't come to fight. I came to tell you the truth." "What truth?" Calder demanded, his heart pounding as the gravity of the moment settled over them. "You left with the Silver Guard. You chose them over us, over me." We stepped closer, her eyes locked onto his with an intensity that made his heart race. "I made a mistake, Calder. I thought I could find freedom, but all I found was emptiness. I need you to know that my heart has always been with you, even when my choices led me astray." The pain in Calder's chest twisted, a mixture of longing and rage. "You can't just come back and expect everything to be the same," he shouted, frustration spilling out. "You wanted to be free, and I respected that. I tried to let you go. Freedom was a lie." Rhea's voice cracked, vulnerability shining through her fierce exterior. "I was lost, Calder. I thought I could escape who I was meant to be, but I can't live without you. I thought I could find myself, but it is you who completes me." Calder took a step back, the revelation striking him like lightning. "You mean you want to return to us?" But before she could respond, Lucian stepped between them, a dark presence looming. "Don't be a fool, you with me now. You've chosen the Silver Guard, you bound to us." "I never chose you," shouted back, her voice filled with defiance. "I chose to explore, but I see now that I was meant to be here, with him." Fateful words hung in the air, the reality of their bond pulsing between them like the heartbeat of the universe. Calder felt the tether that bound them deeper, a connection that defied reason. He began, but Lucian interjected, his voice a low growl. "You can return to him, Once you've tasted freedom, there is no going back. You too far gone." With a sudden surge of courage, stepped forward, her gaze unwavering. "You don't own me, Lucian. You never did. I am my own wolf, and I will choose my own fate." In that moment, Calder saw it clearly, the courage of the woman he loved, the fire that had drawn him to her from the start. "Then choose me," he shouted, his voice filled with raw emotion. "Choose us, we can fight this together." Rhea's gaze softened, tears glimmering in her eyes as she took a step toward him. "Calder, can we really go back?" But Lucian was not finished. "You're making a terrible mistake, You will regret this," he spat, his voice laced with venom. "Regret is the price of freedom, Lucian," she replied, defiance coursing through her. "And I am ready to pay it." Calder's heart soared at her words, the weight of his longing lifting as hope ignited within him. "Together then, you and I, against everything," he promised, extending his hand toward her. As Rhea reached for him, Calder could feel the bond between them solidifying, a mystical connection that transcended the chaos surrounding them. They were meant to be together, destined to face whatever challenges came their way. Suddenly, a howl pierced the night, reverberating through the trees, a call to arms. The crescent moon pack was gathering, and the fight was far from over. Calder turned back to Lucian, determination blazing in his eyes. "You can take her from me. I will fight for our love, for our destiny." With that, the battle resumed, more fierce than before. Calder fought fiercely, the bond with Rhea empowering him in ways he never knew possible. Together, they became a whirlwind of strength and passion, united in their love and their purpose. But as the fight raged on, Calder couldn't shake the feeling that their journey was just beginning. They would face betrayals, challenges, and perhaps even tragedy, but he knew one thing for certain: Rhea was his Luna, now and forever. As the moon shone down on them, Calder felt a surge of hope amidst the chaos. Together, they would forge their own destiny, and nothing could tear them apart. Asterisk to be continued. Asterisk. The clash of wolves reverberated through the forest as Calder and Rhea fought side by side against Lucian's crescent moon pack. The night air crackled with tension, the scent of adrenaline mixing with the earthy aroma of damp soil. "Calder!" Rhea shouted, her voice fierce yet laced with the urgency. "You left." He turned just in time to see one of Lucian's warriors lunging at him. With a swift motion, he dodged the attack, his instincts guiding him. Ivy got this, he replied, a surge of heat rising in his chest as he felt their bond strengthen with each passing moment. The ground beneath them trembled as the battle raged on, but amidst the chaos, Calder could feel Rhea's presence anchoring him. Each time they fought in tandem, the connection between them deepened, a mystical thread weaving their fates together. Fight like you mean it. Lucian's voice rang out, mocking and venomous. You'll never win against me, Calder. Rhea belongs to the Silver Guard now. No more lies. Rhea yelled, her eyes blazing with determination. I choose my own path, and it leads to my mate. Calder's heart soared at her declaration, the fire in her spirit igniting his own. He could feel every word of her promise, the depth of her love radiating between them like an unbreakable bond. Together, Rhea, we can end this tonight. With that, they surged forward, their wolves synchronizing in a dance of power and grace, a whirlwind of fur and muscle. Calder felt invincible, his resolve fortified by Rhea's presence. They fought back to back, defending against the onslaught of Lucian's warriors. As they battled, shadows flickered at the edge of the clearing, figures darting through the trees. Calder's heart sank at the sight of the more members of the Silver Guard drawn by Lucian's call. The tide was turning, and they had to act quickly. We need to regroup. Calder shouted, his voice barely piercing through the cacophony. We can let them surround us. But before Rhea could respond, Lucian's laughter echoed across the battlefield like a death knell. You think you can escape? You re-trapped, Calder. You'll always be trapped by your own weaknesses. In a moment of clarity, Calder realized Lucian was right in one way. The pain of betrayal and longing for Rhea had left him vulnerable, but he refused to let that define him. Clenching his jaw, he pushed through the haze of doubt. I am done being weak, Lucian. This ends now. With a fierce howl, he charged toward Lucian, a primal instinct igniting within him. As they clashed, Calder felt the resonance of their destinies collide, a cataclysm of power and fury. He wasn't just fighting for his pack anymore, he was fighting for Rhea, for the love that would never falter. Lucian retaliated, his strikes calculated and vicious. You a fool, Calder. Rhea will never be yours again. The Silver Guard has opened her eyes to real freedom. You will be left behind. Freedom? Rhea echoed, her voice ringing with defiance. What you call freedom is nothing but chains. I retasted that life, and it is hollow. My heart belongs to Calder, and I am done running from my truth. Calder felt an upsurge of strength at her words, the tether between them shimmering with energy. We are stronger together, Rhea. Let us end this. As they turned to face Lucian, they saw something shift in him, a flicker of uncertainty. You think your bond can withstand this? Your love is a weakness. Lucian lunged at Rhea, but Calder intercepted. The impact of their bodies echoed through the trees, sending ripples of pain coursing through Calder's frame. You'll not harm her, he growled, rising to his feet with renewed determination. Lucian staggered back, momentarily stunned. You were a fool to protect her, he spat, eyes narrowing. You'll pay for this? Then let us settle it. Rhea shouted, stepping forward, her voice unwavering. You don't own me, Lucian, I choose my own fate. With a guttural roar, Calder felt the power of their collective spirit wash over him. He and Rhea, united, drew strength from their bond. The battlefield became a blur as their wolves surged together, a force of nature unleashed upon their enemies. The crescent moon pack faltered, doubt creeping into their ranks as Calder and Rhea became a formidable duo. Calder's heart pounded with every beat, the rhythm of their love driving him forward. Rhea, he called, locking eyes with her as they moved through the chaos. We can do this together. Rhea nodded, a fierce smile breaking across her face. Together. With that, they charged into the fray, their wolves harmonizing in a dance of fire and fury. Each movement was a testament to their love, the bond they shared stronger than any chains that could bind them. But as the battle raged on, the Silver Guard began to close in, their numbers overwhelming. Calder's heart raced as he realized they could be outmatched. We need to fall back, he shouted, urgency lacing his voice. Regroup at the clearing. Rhea hesitated, glancing back at the approaching wolves. What about the pack? They need us. They need us alive to lead them. Calder replied, desperation seeping into his tone. We can fight this alone. As they retreated, the sound of paws thundering against the ground filled the air, a wolves of their pack falling back to regroup behind them. Calder dared to glance at Rhea, her eyes fierce and resolute. Do you trust me? He asked, his heart pounding. Unconditionally, she replied, and in that moment, he felt the weight of her words, the depth of their connection. They reached the clearing, panting heavily, adrenaline coursing through their veins. The rest of the Nightshade pack gathered around them, a mixture of fear and determination etched on their faces. What is the plan, Alpha? Jonah asked, eyes narrowed in focus. Calder took a deep breath, the scent of pine and damp earth grounding him. We need to rally. Rhea and I will take the lead, and we'll all push back together. We have to show them that our bond is unbreakable. Rhea stepped beside him, her presence a beacon of strength. They don't know what we can accomplish together. We'll show them our love is a force to be reckoned with. The pack roared in agreement, a chorus of loyalty and unity echoing through the clearing. Nightshade, they shouted, their voices rising into the night sky, fueled by the fire of their shared purpose. As they prepared to charge once more, Calder felt an electrifying tension in the air. This was a pivotal moment, not just for their pack but for their love. He turned to Rhea, looking deep into her stormy eyes. Whatever happens, know that I will always choose you. And I you, she replied, the bond between them woven stronger than ever. With a final howl, the Nightshade pack surged forward, Calder and Rhea at the forefront, side by side. The Crescent Moon warriors, taken aback by their unity, faltered. The world faded away as Calder fought, each blow fueled by the memories of Rhea's laughter, the dreams they shared. He felt invincible, the weight of their love lifting him above the chaos. But then, in the midst of the battle, Calder caught a glimpse of movement behind Rhea. Lucian, his eyes blazing with fury, surged forward. Time slowed as Calder felt a primal fear seize him. No, he roared, instinctively lunging to reach Rhea before it was too late. Look at him. Rhea cried, her voice urgent. But it was too late. The impact knocked them both off balance, and Calder fought against the rush of pain as Lucian's claws grazed Rhea's side. You will never have her. Lucian howled, his voice filled with venom. Hurry! Calder shouted, desperation flooding his voice. Stay with me. As Calder pressed forward, he felt the bond between them tug sharply. Rhea's breath hitched, pain flickering across her features, but then it shifted to defiance igniting in her eyes. You think you can break us? She spat, determination crystallizing in her gaze. We are stronger together, Lucian. You will not win. Fueled by her strength, Calder surged with renewed power, confronting Lucian with a growl that shook the very ground beneath them. You will not take her from me. And in that instant, the air shimmered with energy, the mystical bond of their love bursting forth like a beacon. The moonlight glinted off the fur, illuminating the path ahead, a reminder of the destiny they were meant to fulfill. The battle continued to rage, but Calder felt a shift within him, an understanding that their love transcended the physical realm. He would fight for every heartbeat, every breath, because Rhea was meant to be more than just a dream. She was his Luna, and together they... she was his Luna, but only in his dreams. Part 4 ***. The clash of wolves reverberated through the forest, a symphony of growls and howls echoing beneath the silver moonlight. Calder felt the thunderous rhythm of his pack's heart pounding alongside his own, each beat a reminder of their bond. With Rhea at his side, every strike and lunge felt synchronized, as if they were two halves of a whole. Watch your flank, she shouted, her voice a fierce anchor amidst the chaos. Ivy got this, he replied, adrenaline coursing through him, his instincts heightened as he dodged another attack from one of Lucian's warriors. The scent of pine mingled with the metallic tang of blood, fueling the primal nature that surged within him. Rhea's spirit blazed beside him as they fought together, weaving through the throng of bodies. Calder, together now, she called out fiercely, her stormy eyes ablaze with determination. Together, he echoed, the connection shimmering like the moonlit path they tread. For every opponent they faced, their blood acted as a shield, a mystical force that pushed them forward. But the tide began to shift. From the shadows, Lucian's reinforcements emerged, the Silver Guard warriors flanking their alpha with a menacing presence. Calder's heart sank as he realized their numbers were overwhelming. Rhea, we need to regroup, he shouted, urgency lacing his voice. The sound of claws scraping against earth echoed around them, a chilling reminder of their precarious situation. We can't leave the pack, she protested, but the desperation in her eyes betrayed her fear. They need us alive to lead them. Calder replied, the weight of leadership pressing down on him like a suffocating shroud. We can't fight this alone. As they retreated to the clearing, the scent of damp earth filled his lungs, grounding him amidst the chaos. But before they could gather their pack, Lucian's mocking laughter cut through the night. You think you can escape, Calder? You were trapped, just like your Luna. Enough of your lies. Rhea shouted back, stepping in front of Calder, her voice filled with fierce defiance. You don't own me, Lucian, I am my own wolf. Calder's heart swelled at her words, a fierce pride igniting within him. The bond they shared was more potent than any chains Lucian could wield. We were not afraid of you, Lucian. We will fight for our love until the end. Love? Lucian spat, his eyes narrowing, revealing the depths of his malice. Love is weak, you'll see soon enough. He lunged toward them, claws bared, but Calder was ready. No, he roared, intercepting Lucian's attack with a powerful strike, the clash of their bodies sending a shockwave through the clearing. You will not harm her. Rhea's fierce determination radiated beside him. Together, she shouted, and in that moment, they surged forward, their wolves united in a dance of fury and strength. But then, as they fought with an intensity that resonated like a heartbeat, Calder glimpsed movement behind Rhea. Lucian was recovering, fury in his eyes as he prepared to attack once more. Rhea, watch out. Calder screamed, desperation clawing at him as he lunged to intercept. Calder, she cried, turning just in time to see Lucian's strike. The impact knocked her off balance, and Calder felt rage surge through him as he saw Lucian's claws graze Rhea's side. No, he shouted, the world narrowing to just the two of them. Stay with me, Rhea. In a heartbeat, everything shifted. Rhea staggered back, pain etched across her face, but even in that moment of vulnerability, the fire within her ignited. You think you can break us? She hissed, her eyes meeting Lucian's with unyielding defiance. You'll pay for this. Lucian roared. Not if I can help it, Calder growled, stepping protectively in front of Rhea. He felt the force of their connection pulse between them, a mystical bond that surged like a tidal wave. We are stronger together, and I will not let you take her from me. With a primal howl, Calder charged, every ounce of his being focused on the fight ahead. The air crackled with energy as their destinies collided, the universe aligning to shield them from the darkness that threatened to consume them. Calder! Rhea shouted, the urgency in her voice breaking through the haze of battle. We need to end this, once and for all. Then let us do it, he replied, locking eyes with her, feeling the weight of their connection solidify. As they surged forward, side by side, the world around them faded, leaving only the fierce determination that coursed through their veins. They fought with the passion of two souls entwined, each blow a testament to their love. But Lucian was relentless. He charged through the chaos, eyes blazing with fury as he sought to sever their bond. ULLC, Rhea, he spat, his voice dripping with venom. You were never meant to be his. Rhea squared her shoulders, defiance etched across her features. I am not yours to keep, I choose my own fate, and it leads me to Calder. Calder felt the surge of energy from her words, a pulse of strength igniting within him. Together, Rhea, always together. As they continued to fight, Lucian's warriors began to falter, doubt creeping into their ranks. The bond between Calder and Rhea pulsed like a heartbeat, creating a force field of love that swept away the darkness. Nightshade. Calder roared, rallying his pack around him. We fight for our home, we fight for love. The pack howled in response, their voices lifting into the night, a chorus of unity and strength. Calder felt the tide turning, the very air thick with the scent of determination. But just as victory seemed within reach, Lucian lashed out, desperation spilling into his attacks. You will regret this, Rhea, I will make you pay. Calder intercepted once more, rage igniting within him. You'll not harm her, Lucian, I will fight for every heartbeat, every breath. In the midst of the chaotic battle, Calder caught a glimpse of Rhea's fierce spirit, her eyes glowing with determination. We can do this, Calder, together. Together, he shouted, their wolves harmonizing in perfect unity as they charged at Lucian. The ground shook beneath their feet, the power of their love radiating like a beacon. But as they fought, Calder felt the weight of betrayal sting deep within him. Lucian's laughter echoed in the back of his mind, taunting and cruel. You be a fool, Calder, love will never save you. Love is what makes us strong, he roared back, driven by the fire of his feelings for Rhea. I do rather fight with love than cower under the shadow of your terror. In that moment, the battle transformed. The darkness that threatened to engulf them began to recede, the bond between Calder and Rhea acting as their shield. With renewed purpose, they fought together, a whirlwind of strength and passion. Every attack resonated with the memories they shared, every victory a testament to their love. But just as the chaos began to settle, Calder felt an ominous shift in the air. More warriors emerged from the shadows, the silver guard closing in on them. We must fall back, he shouted, urgency threading through his voice. Rhea's eyes widened, panic flickering across her features. What about the pack? They need us alive to lead them, he implored, desperation rising in his chest. We can fight this alone. As they retreated, the Nightshade pack followed, joining together in a protective formation. Calder's heart swelled with pride as he felt their loyalty unite them like a shield, a boundary against the approaching darkness. Calder. Jonah called from the pack's rear, his eyes narrowing in focus. What is the plan? Regroup. Calder commanded, taking a deep breath to steady himself. "We and I will lead the charge. We'll show them that our bond is unbreakable." With a fierce nod, Rhys stepped beside him, her presence a source of strength. "Together, we will show them the power of our love." The Nightshade pack howled in agreement, their voices rising into the night sky, fueling their resolve. As they prepared to charge once more, Calder felt the electrifying tension in the air, the pivotal moment looming before them. This was not just a fight for survival, it was a fight for their love, their destiny intertwined like the branches of the ancient trees surrounding them. "Whatever happens, know that I will always choose you," he whispered, his heart pounding as he reached for Rhea's hand, a gesture that sealed their bond. "And I you," she replied, the depth of her love reflected in her gaze. With a final howl, the Nightshade pack surged forward, Calder and